Okay, we're going to sketch a bottle, and I do it by putting in a couple of ovals. Now you can use a model if you have one. I don't, so I'm doing it from memory. This second oval at the bottom is slightly larger than the one below it, and that's going to allow me to do that rounded edge on the bottom of the bottle. And then now we just connect our ovals. Depending on the medium that you're using, it's completely optional on erasing your lines. If you've got acrylic or a solid coverage paint, it's not required. There are several ways that you can paint your bottle. I'm going to use Portfolios, which is a water-soluble oil pastel. I have a reader who has these, and she said she doesn't use them because she really wasn't sure how. So I'm going to show you today how to paint them. It comes with two trays. There's 24 colors, and I'm going to be using blues today because I like blue glass. And I'll show you how we're going to color this with Portfolios. I'm putting the lightest blue along the edges. The color is going to pick up the graphite that I sketched with and give it a darker color right at that edge. This is a water brush. It has a canister that holds water in it. I use it for lots of things. Love these things. But we're just blending that color out from where we put it in. Now if I was going with a light background, this lighter color would be great. But we're going to keep going and darken it. This is a darker blue. And then now I'm coming back in with a baby wipe to pick up some of the color and to clean that edge where the darker blue moved up above the bottom of the bottle before I wanted it to. I'm adding in spots of color. Because glass is reflective, it picks up the colors that are around it and has sparks of color throughout. Very rarely when you look at something that is a colored glass or even clear glass is it one color. Now I'm adding white around the rim to brighten it, to soften those colors. White also helps it to blend. I really like the white in these. I use it a lot. I'm continuing to add layers of color. If you've been playing along with me for a while, you know layer, layer, layer. A little more graphite to darken. And now that dark blue to give it a sweeping edge at the bottom and more of a cobalt color. It's not quite going to go cobalt because we have so much of the turquoise color in there. More white for spots of light. After you start playing with these portfolios, they blend really, really well. You're going to love them. Now I was kind of deciding what I was going to do with the background. But of course you need a horizon line, so whether that's the edge of a table or not, and I think it will be. I'm adding white Again, remember it's a great blending color and smoothing it out. And now blue, because the light is going to come down, reflect through that bottle onto the table. And now there's texture on my page. Before I put my gesso on my paper today, I took some gel medium and just did little spirals because I knew I was going to be doing some things with portfolios and I wanted it to catch in certain areas and to help with that grungy rustic feel that we're going to create for our background. And this is black that I'm putting around the edge. And you are cringing probably now. Wait do you see when it blends together? Just a little water to spread it, blend it, bring it right down to the edge and over the edge, just a tiny bit of the bottle. Yes, you can do this with just a brush dipped in water as well. And now I'm picking up that black and we are working right in over that yellow. Blending it down all the way to the bottle edge. And just keep going, even if it's scary, just keep going. This will work out, I promise. Jane Davenport says trust the mess, so here is a time when you really need to trust the mess. Okay, now I'm not letting this dry. Going right back in with the white. Now it's not super wet because my water brush delivers only a small amount of water at a time. And I'm going over with the white where the yellow was and into where the black was. And now I'm blending that with my finger. You could stop right there if you wanted to and just leave it just like that, but that's not good enough for me. So I'm grabbing a baby wipe and we're going to smudge and rub and pull some of that color out. Some of the color is going to catch on that texture of the spirals that I put on before. And we're going to get an interesting textured background. And as grungy and cool as that is, the plain white table just won't do it for me. So we're adding some tan and then some white over that. And we're going to blend with water. And it's going in right on top of the blue that I did before. And then now some darker brown. Well, that was the tan, a little more depth there, but here comes the darker brown. And blending that in. And just keep blending it and bring that brown up into the page just a bit. And now add more blue for the light reflecting through the bottle. And a baby wipe to grunge it out. Pick up some of the color and remove it. Awesome. Now it's just cleaning up the edge of the bottle just a little bit. And then it's time to decide what to do with the other page. I'm a touchy person, so I lay my hand on it while I'm thinking. And I've decided to continue that grungy background. So we start with our yellow, black around the edges, And this time, because it's such a big area, I'm going to blend it with a 1-inch brush and just some water. Wetting that black and bringing it right in over the yellow again. And you guessed it, a baby wipe to pull some out, grunge it. And I wanted a bit more yellow, so let's put a little more back in. Nice. Now I'm going to go spray some fixative on this and then finish up my page. But I wanted to tell you, if you use a hairdryer, make sure it's on a low setting. You don't want to put a lot of heat on this wax because it will melt and it'll get super shiny and you don't want that. So I'll see you guys in a bit.